First of all, I think the Cavs are inviting trouble. And by that I mean, we can't say for sure that they would have landed Paul George if David Griffin was still in the front office, but we also can't say that they wouldn't have, right? And you have a roster with so little flexibility, you want an experienced GM, or at least a GM in there who can make some decisions and real creative decisions, which I think is what Griffin did. To me, they're being unusually cheap. Dan Gilbert.
Unusually?
Well, because Dan Gilbert, that is, you can say what you want about him. He has spent money
on players.
He agreed to spend money on luxury tax and to be a repeat taxpayer. That's why LeBron came back here. It's strange to me that he's drawing the line there. And one, I think maybe you're giving LeBron an easier out. I mean, he's got 1 year left on his deal. What if he walks away and this time says to fans, look what Gilbert did with the front office, not keeping David Griffin, see you later. I think fewer fans will hold LeBron accountable if he does.
You know, our Cavs writers have made good points all along the way of Dan Gilbert not paying his GMs. That's nothing new. He pays for players. He doesn't pay for the front office. So whenever you have a #1 target and don't get him, it makes you #3 look inept. But #2, I don't think they're as inept as they look. Because if you were going to pay a GM, you would have paid David Griffin. So if you lowballed Chauncey Billups, well, okay, you lowballed the guy who's never done it. You also lowballed the guy who built the championship team. So I don't have a problem with the lowballing Chauncey Billups angle of this story. Because #1, as always, and always will be, this is Dan Gilbert's team. So in the end, he's not going anywhere. The GM left, maybe LeBron will leave. Dan Gilbert at the moment is not going anywhere. And if this all works out with them getting some buyout guys, I don't think people are going to be too worried about who the GM is.